Coming up next on Good Taste, steak fans, prepare to be dazzled. One of the best-known steakhouses in Texas is now cooking up delicious dishes in the Hill Country.
It's the seasoning on these.
It's that Peggy's seasoning.
Then, an iconic Alamo Heights barn is reborn and alive with flavor. And one of Houston's hottest steakhouses has a table with a killer view. This is a meal you don't want to miss.
And you got the ribeye, the bone-in ribeye, you got the new cut.
Grab a fork and a knife. Good Taste Steak Extravaganza starts right now. Hi everyone, welcome to Good Taste. I'm Tanji Patton. Each week we travel the state in search of delicious dining spots so we can tell you all about them. Well, if you're like me and you love to eat adventurously, you've got to admit, nothing compares to a thick, tender, juicy Texas-grown ribeye. Is your mouth watering yet? Well, if you love steaks, you're in for a real treat. We've put together a whole episode dedicated just to steaks. From upscale to casual, it's some of our favorite beefy treats. Our first stop, a charming hill country steakhouse with a whole lot of homemade goodness. The wait is over. San Antonio's famous Bohanan steaks are now on the grill in the hill country at Peggy's on the Green in Boerne.
We're so excited that it's here in Boerne. We've been waiting a very long time.
But it's not just those mouth-watering steaks that shine on this menu. The plates here reflect Southern refined recipes, pulled from the pages of Mark Bohanan's mother's cookbook.
The food is wonderful, atmosphere is great.
It's everything you'd hope for from an upscale Southern kitchen. Who doesn't love flaky homemade buttermilk biscuits with honey butter?
Oh man, and look how buttery the biscuits are, even all by themselves.
Butter, butter, butter.
Hearty country sides like rich and creamy lobster mac and cheese, hefty cut short ribs, and of course, for Bohanan's loyalists, those famous juicy prime steaks. Beauties that sizzle nightly over a mesquite-fired grill.
Pork chop in the window.
Also on the plate, gargantuan double pork chops with a smoky sweet bourbon maple glaze. One of my favorites, the jumbo lump crab cakes. Meaty mounds of moist crab meat served atop crispy fried green tomatoes. All served inside the historic Ye Kendall Inn.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Where the warm and rustic dining room has been lovingly restored. Check out the coffered ceilings and picture windows overlooking a gorgeous, spacious patio and Cibolo Creek below. A special spot indeed.
It's phenomenal. There's nobody that goes out there that doesn't love that.
There's a cozy bar indoors serving colorful cocktails, a casual bar outdoors, and as you might expect from Mark Bohanan, a big showpiece, a massive stone fireplace.
We strike up a fire Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. We've got an outdoor patio. We've got cocktails out there. We've got appetizers. It's just a more casual, fun place. We got the steaks right here and the same wine. Oh, man.
Peggy's is a project close to home for owner Mark Bohanan in more ways than one.
We live out here now, and my daughter goes to school here at Geneva, and it's just it's a great place. It's blowing and going out here, but mainly it was just a look. I mean, look at the place. It's beautiful.
Peggy's was named after your mom.
My mom was instrumental in helping me with the restaurant downtown, and I thought that this would be a nice way to pay her back, so to speak. When you eat the food here, you're going to think back of things that your own mother or grandmother prepared, and it'll be a walk down memory lane.
Memories like Peggy's classic chess pie.
This is our chess pie, and this is Mark's mother's recipe.
Some of the people that were making this pie would just call it Jess pie. Well, what kind of dessert are we having tonight? Jess pie.
It's good. The texture is really surprising.
Ooh, It's rich.
And it's just delicious, just like everything on this carefully crafted menu.
It's a family-oriented place. It's got a little bit of everything, kids menu, gluten-free menu. Everything was designed with the guest in mind.
Chef Heather Nunez helped bring Peggy's home-style flavors to the Hill Country.
We're making one of my favorite dishes here at Peggy's, the quail.
Quail's been hugely popular. We were trying to do a play on waffles, the chicken and waffles, and we came up with Texas quail and cornmeal pancakes.
That pancake batter is a simple mixture of cornmeal, flour, salt, sugar, and baking powder, whisked together with melted butter, milk, and freshly beaten egg. And on the grill it goes. Instead of chicken, they use Texas quail meat that's dredged in the seasoned flour.
That seasoning smells really good.
And buttermilk egg wash.
Just like Grandma would do it.
Exactly.
Then fried to a golden brown.
Tossed in a little salt to finish.
And drizzled with cayenne-infused maple syrup, topped with micro cilantro greens.
It's so good.
Thank you.
Finger licking good.
They're pretty good.
Pretty good, right? Even if you say so yourself. She loves
Pretty
them.
good.
Come on in and give us a shot. I think you'll find that this place is every bit of Bohanan's, but without the feeling of having to wear a tie.
It's been delightful.
Make sure you ask for those homemade biscuits. Coming up, it's all the beef that's all the buzz in the Bayou City. And it has a view like no other. But next, a 50-year-old steakhouse is better than ever. A family-friendly spot where sizzling steaks are served up with all kinds of Southern favorites.
It's homey, and it's got its own elegance, the Texan elegance.
There's a seat for you at our table. We'll be right back. Good things come from Cisco. Welcome back, everyone. We're two-stepping our way across the state to show you some of our favorite steak places. Our next stop is a landmark red barn that locals have loved for more than 50 years. Sure, they've got big, juicy steaks, but that's only half the story. The grill is always fired up at the iconic Barn Door Restaurant in Alamo Heights, a spot that after 60 years at the same location still sizzles and is getting better with age. So popular, this steakhouse serves up nearly 1 million pounds of beef, chicken, and fish a year, all done in Texas style with plenty of country charm. Still the favorites? Giant juicy ribeyes, New York strips, and certified Angus beef fillets wrapped in bacon, all cut by hand right here on the spot. The soft, buttery cloverleaf yeast rolls are made from scratch daily, perfect for dipping in the gravy that tops these delicious chicken fried steaks. But it's not just about the steaks here.
It's marvelous. I mean, it's friendly, it's homey.
Luscious lamb chops and mesquite grilled shrimp are tempting too. But perhaps one of the biggest crowd pleasers at the Barn Door are their uber-famous twice-baked cheesy jalapeno potatoes. They've been on the menu since day one. More on these cheesy mouthfuls in a minute. Families have been coming here, literally generations. We go in that dining room tonight, we're going to see generations at the same table that have been coming.
Yes, ma'am.
Since the 60s.
Since the 60s. We have a few people that come once a week on Saturday night, and they're here. You can set your watch by when they show up.
We come here 4 or 5 times a week, sometimes more. We really feel like this is another home.
One step inside the Barn Door and you can feel the history. If only walls could talk. Imagine all family celebrations and milestones that must have been marked over 60 years.
I have had at least 50 of my birthday parties here.
It's a very family-friendly place.
It is a very family-friendly restaurant, and we like that aspect of it from our staff being family.
Current grill master Ricardo Davila calls the Barn Door home. Both of his parents worked here for many years, and he was trained by the best. He follows in the footsteps of longtime beloved grill master Sonny Cochran, who manned the flickering flames at this famous grill for 52 years. And I'm with one of only 6 grill masters to have the honor of doing the steaks here in 62 years. That's amazing.
Yes, it is. It is. When you hear it like that, and it sounds pretty amazing.
What's the secret to these steaks tasting so good?
Well, you know, everyone asks what's the secret, but it's really simple. I mean, we get the steak, we put a little salt and pepper, just grill it, and then finish it off with a little garlic butter, but that mesquite is really what it does.
One of the hands-down favorites here are the twice-baked potatoes. These are hand-stuffed, one by one, while still warm, with butter, sour cream, bacon, and jalapeños if you like, or even serrano peppers if you really want to spice it up. The secret to your potatoes is that you don't whip them, right?
You don't whip them. Yeah, you only break the potato a little bit with the whisk by hand. You never use any machine.
Then they're smothered with mounds of cheddar cheese and baked again until they reach full diet dashing decadence. Salad lovers, listen up. The Barn Door's got something for you too. All their dressings are homemade, fresh every day, served on the side.
So one person could order 7 salad dressings, and they're all in small little syrup pitchers. It's what makes the Barn Door the Barn Door.
And don't forget dessert, homemade pies, cakes, and cobblers.
Never enough peaches.
We make everything right here. That's the difference.
This is memories. This place is a memory. It's built on memories.
A great place to bring your family to revive old memories or create new ones for generations yet to come. Okay, some fun stuff now. We're going to show you how to duplicate the delicious green garlic dressing from Barn Door. It's one of their most popular salad dressings, and I'm with my expert, Chef Belinda at HEB Cooking Connections. This is my go-to gal whenever I need something duplicated and don't have the exact recipe. By the way, the exact recipe, you'll get it on our website. Okay, this one differs. It's a little healthier version, right?
It's a lot healthier. It's a restaurant redo. We're going to give a big shout out to their following and their reputation for their hospitality and their food, but show you how to do that same taste without the cholesterol and without that extra cup of fat, Tanji.
Okay, and we've got both recipes, so it's your choice. You can make it either way. Okay, what do we do?
Okay, we're going to start with fresh garlic, always. And we're going to use some HEB Greek yogurt in the mix. Instead of the chopped hard-boiled egg, we're going to use cooked egg whites. You're going to smash this together and do a fine chop with your minced garlic, some salt, and the cooked egg whites.
So we're substituting yogurt for the oil, the fine chop of egg whites only for the texture the dressing has.
That's right. The texture is really important.
All right, let's do it.
Here we go. In the bowl is the Greek yogurt with the chopped up egg white. All right, and here's your fresh lime juice. You might have a lime on hand for making margaritas. It still adds for your citrus. And I'm using the Adams Reserve Cooking Connection specialty, the seafood house rub. It's got this great herbal flavor without having to get these extra herbs for your kitchen. Simply stir this together and voila, this is your restaurant redo at home with a cholesterol-free, high-protein, creamy garlic dressing, just like at the Barn Door restaurant in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, now for the taste. You nailed it, as always. Thank you. Recipes online. Coming up, we've got a little something for everyone in my wine finds for the week. But first, hope you're hungry, because we're bringing on big-time beef with one of the Bayou City's most beautiful views. Keep that fork handy. We'll be right back. Good Taste with Tanji is brought to you in part by HEB. What a spectacular view, right? We're taking it all in from the rooftop at B&B Butchers. Fantastic restaurant that I recommend for a romantic evening and a whole lot more. To get a real appreciation for this new Houston hotspot, we'll start dayside outside. It wasn't that long ago that this stretch of Washington Street was nothing but abandoned buildings. The historic Didman Bakery building was gathering dust until Benjamin Berg, an East Coast native turned Houstonian, stepped in to give it new life. You had a vision? I mean, when you walked in this building, was it instant?
Yeah, it was instant. You know, I knew we could make this place really work for us.
In a city where tearing down to start over is the norm, Ben chose to preserve the building's roots, keeping the 100-year-old facade intact and simply adding to what was already here.
I mean, this was an abandoned building. It had, it was, I think, almost 35 years, but it was over around 100 years old. It was gorgeous. And we just fell in love with the character of the building and really just wanted to take the challenge on and preserve it.
Not only did Ben work to keep the coolness that comes with a centuries-old building, he also surrounded himself with sentimental reminders of his family ties.
So you have a lot of East Coast roots,
yes,
right? Now you got some sense and you're in Houston, and we love that.
Yeah.
We love that. But you bring a lot of your family's history and lineage. As your great-grandfather, a butcher?
My great-grandfather was a butcher. My grandfather, on my father's side, was as well. He was in the restaurant business in California.
This sign that hangs in the bar once hung in his great-grandfather's bar.
Yes.
So there must be a lot of pride when you walk in here and you see that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, to still have that, it's, you know, pride in my family that we've been in this business, that we're carrying it on. And it brings great happiness to my family as well back in New York, that there's a piece of them here in Houston.
What's old truly is new again at B&B. Remember the old neighborhood butcher shops? Well, B&B's fronts the restaurant.
All right, now that's what I call a steak. That looks amazing.
Yeah, that's our dry-aged prime ribeye. We have our New Yorks in here, our sirloins. We also have, which we're really proud of, is our Texas-raised Wagyu from Gerhardt Ranch out in Marfa, Texas.
Lots of marbling, so it's just that buttery.
Beautiful. You know, almost cut it with a spoon.
Almost.
Almost.
You really almost.
We just cut them a little too thick.
Ken, B&B's butcher, who just happens to be from New York City, says customers love the idea of a perfectly cut steak they can get to go.
Exactly. So before the game on the weekends or anytime, a party, whatever, we can cut whatever you like.
You find a reason to celebrate when you've got a steak like that.
From the butcher shop, we head to the kitchen where those fabulous steaks start their sizzle.
And you got the ribeye, the bone-in ribeye, you got the New cut.
Biggest seller between these three?
The ribeye is actually one of the best seller here.
Wow.
There you go.
Man, I'm not used to turning a steak that big.
Yeah, look at that.
Back here.
That salt block you see in the oven is heating up to 450 degrees. It's delivered to your table when you ordered the precious Kobe beef fillet, flown in from Japan, a rare delicacy that cooks right before your eyes. Mouth-watering steaks aren't the only choice on the menu here. The wasabi-crusted tuna fillet is incredible. So simple, yet so scrumptious.
All right, Chef, we're gonna give it a taste test here.
Yep.
Oh, wow. That wasabi's a nice little kick.
Yep.
But you
Nice
get
and
some
crunchy,
sweet.
right? Nice and crunchy, right?
That is good.
Yeah.
The carpetbagger oysters, stacked with pork belly, filet mignon, and blue cheese, are not to be missed. This classic recipe dates back to the 1800s, but at B&B, it's one of the hottest things on the menu today.
We put our own little touch on it. Being in Houston, we fried the oysters, a little hot sauce, some beautiful blue cheese dressing, and crumbled blue. There's a lot going on in the flavor there.
I love the carpetbaggers, the appetizer, to die for.
Fabulous food and a family tradition. B&B Butchers brings it. Ben's East Coast roots rock to the Bayou City beat.
This is an amazing place. What better place to congratulate you, the restaurant that Ben built in front of the sign your grandfather built.
Perfect. Thank you for coming. Cheers.
Time for my wine find week, and we're talking about party-pleasing wines. These wines will pair with a variety of foods on any table. We're going to start out with something out of the box. So Chardonnay fans, think outside the box. Get outside your comfort zone. I want to introduce you to a beautiful white wine. This is a Pinot Gris. Now, Pinot Gris and Pinot Grigio genetically are the same grape, but depending on the region they're produced in, The wines differ. This is from Alsace, and it's lovely. It's called Gustav Lorenz. You'll get flavors of dried apples, pears, almonds, also a bright, balanced acidity, which makes it an ideal food pairing wine. This would go with just about any dish on your holiday table. $19 a bottle. I love this wine. Okay, moving on to the red fans, one everyone wants on any holiday table, a Pinot Noir. Pinot's also extremely food friendly, and the Etude Lyric Pinot, everything you would expect in a Santa Barbara Pinot. Bright red fruits like cherries and strawberries, along with a hint of spice. This silky wine pairs with all kinds of roasted meats, chicken, casseroles, you name it. It's a wonderful Pinot, and it's priced at about $24 a bottle. Okay, moving on to a bigger red wine, and this too would be a great crowd pleaser. These are the Locations wines. You can tell them by the distinctive initial on all of the labels. They choose wines from the best vineyards in these regions. This one, think Priorat, Jumilla, Rioja. This wine will pair with all kinds of roasted meats, even hearty roasted chicken dishes. The die-hard red fans will drink this wine with everything. It's about $15 a bottle. All fun finds, and as always, found them at my HEB. Could you use a relaxing getaway? Details on how you could win a weekend at the Houstonian when we come right back. Here's how you could win a weekend at the Houstonian. Head to goodtaste.tv right now and sign up for a chance to win a luxurious weekend at the Houstonian. We love to get social with you. Like us on Facebook at Good Taste with Tanji, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Tanji Patton. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. Cheers to good taste.